Welcome, children, and those few adults with little enough sense to tune in to the Maggott Has Nothing Better to Do show. It's time for another round of debauchery, theft of major organs, and wholesale collapse of taste.
Joining us tonight is Boner Bonus Bong, host of the supposedly popular game show, Make It Squeal.
Yes, unfortunately, Frugal and I don't have much of a say in who our guests for the week are. So, regretfully, we welcome you to the show, Mr. Bong. Oh, come on, call me Boner. Do you know what happened to the last guest we had named Boner? Did he die? Eventually, at his own request, but that leaves a lot out. Oh, I see. Do you? Well, Mr. Bong, Frugal and I were taking bets as to what your show was about. All of our theories involved the sexual torture of farm animals. Oh, so you've seen the show. I should destroy you. Make It Squeal is actually quite popular. Next week we have our grand finale where our returning champion, Lubricated Larry, is set to square off against 4 buffalo, an elephant, and a Salaxian flesh render. He must make them all squeal within the 30-second time limit while negotiating the obstacle course to win 40,000 credits in the jackpot. By any chance, is this particular contestant on the list of people you shouldn't let move into your neighborhood if you have kids? It's not our policy to share the criminal records or lifestyle preferences of our contestants without their express permission.
Excuse me, you've got people boning a whole menagerie on television, and you expect there to be any question as to the lifestyle of these people?
I wouldn't be so quick to belittle these guys, Frugal, considering your own romantic habits.
That's different. I would never do it with a non-humanoid if I knew it was being videotaped.
Not even for 40,000 credits?
Ask me again when Maggot isn't here.
You people. Well, I'm not legally required to give you any more interview time, so we're going to commercial. Security will escort you out. You're listening to the Maggott Show. Are you vomiting pea soup yet?
Dun, 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 dun.
Don't want to pay outrageous top-of-the-line prices for a starfighter that still smells like the factory assembler's hands? Then come on down to Bortog Bill's Use Assault Craft. These almost but not legally classifiable as new attack ships are fully restored and fully operational killing machines. Guaranteed to last your entire lifetime or your money back. Ask about our excellent professional mercenaries package and uncertain lifespan financing. Our interest rates are guaranteed to be the lowest within 50 feet. So come on down and take a look. We promise you won't be sorry.
Note, lifetime guarantee no longer applicable if craft is taken from the shipyard. Management is not responsible for any promises made during this advertisement. Bortalk Bills has been officially boycotted by the Clag-Brzezinski Gratification Bureau. Management not responsible for bookkeeping errors resulting in overcharging or repossession. Stated promise that you won't be sorry does not apply to sentient beings.
Welcome back. It's time for a Paingiver special report. Against my wishes, Paingiver decided to fall into the blasphemous pit of campaign coverage involving the current election for a new intergalactic council chairman. There are 2 primary candidates, as there are in all elections that are not truly driven by the voters, and though they have real names, I am going to call them Oblivious Idiot and Nazi Oppressor. Strangely, the Selfish Manipulator candidate was conspicuously absent this year. In any case, I'm supposed to drone on about the ongoing debates and pointless, vague, and asinine rhetoric being vomited forth by both candidates. Oblivious Idiot is running for the Orionite Party, also known as the Don't Do Anything Unless There's Money at Stake Party, whereas Nazi Oppressor is running for the Moralist Party, also known as the Freedom is Overrated Party. Yesterday, Nazi Oppressor and Oblivious Idiot met in a debate over the intergalactic arms trade, along with a totally ignored third-party candidate named Tabernathy, who, while seemingly very intelligent, is not paid attention to in the least by any media force whatsoever. Let's listen in. And is it not true, Mr. Tabernathy, that you would not sign my ban on shooting babies in the head?
It was attached to a bill that put a death penalty on saying anything unflattering about the Moralist Party.
Aha! He evades the question. Rather than answer a simple yes or no question, look at how Mr. Tabernathy tries to throw up a smokescreen. He'll do anything to keep from answering a question truthfully. Almost as bad as my Orionite opponent, Mr. Abster here.
Now, hold on there, Pluto. I think the intergalactic people have a right to know as much about these issues as they can. if we could get back to the issue of manifold insurance reform.
Reform is not the issue here. The issue here is character, and I don't think you have very good character, Mr. Abster.
Isn't that an evasion of your own, Mr. Pleto? You responded to his invitation to discuss issues with a personal attack. That is a textbook evasion.
Oh, I am revolted by the obvious hypocrisy you exhibit, Mr. Tabernathy. What, are you and Mr. Abster afraid that the intergalactic people might find out who you really are and what you really stand for? That's what your platform is all about, isn't it? You want to perpetuate the slow moral decay of our beautiful Federation. Well, I've got news for you, Mr. Tabernathy. The intergalactic people have had enough. They've had enough of your lies and enough of your evasions, and they're going to stand up and say no more. And still you all remain silent on the issue of intergalactic migration. You want to talk about issues? Let's talk about that. It's something people care about. People are demanding change, and yet you just turn your nose up and ignore them.
Well now, Mr. Pleto, it seems to me that I think migration reform...
Let's cut to the chase, shall we, Mr. Abster? I have here a cataloged 10,000 complaints. 10,000 complaints lodged by citizens of our Federation targeted at the actions of alien immigrants.
How many planets were those complaints taken from?
Excuse me?
How many planets were those complaints taken from? There are over 1,000 planets in the Federation.
There you go again, trying to throw up your smoke screen to evade the issue.
What's that you were saying about hypocrisy a minute ago? Now, excuse me, but I'd like to say something here. For years, hundreds of thousands of our tax credits have been wasted on inefficient manifold insurance dogma. They've stagnated, and with the reforms I have proposed, we could increase tax revenues from manifold insurance companies by up to 80% without damaging the ability of those insurance companies to maintain competitiveness in the market. That's because your bill calls for people to be legally required to buy insurance from every company simultaneously. Oh, what you said sounds like the voice of big business, scared that the government might step in and try to end your tradition of highway robbery. That's it, I'm moving to fucking Clagberzingi.
I will never do anything like that again. At least it's over. When Mr. Tabernathy arrives on my planet, we'll be sure to give him a gun. And with that, we're out of time. Tune in next week or be forced to listen to more